As soon as your Saber connects to the SaberProp app, it will go directly to the main control page. So let's take a look at what you can do here. The first thing you'll likely want to do is turn the Saber on and off. So let's start there. You can control power using the large round button in the center of the screen. Surrounding the power button is the color wheel, which allows real-time adjustment of the blade color. The selected color is reflected both in the app by changing the power button's color and on the Saber itself through the hilt lights. The arrow buttons on either side of the color wheel enable fine-tuning of the blade color, allowing for small and very small incremental adjustments. When the Saber is on, and only when it is on, you can trigger various sound and light effects using the buttons at the top of the screen. Clash, blast, stab, and force are single-shot effects that activate briefly with a tap, while lockup, drag, lightning, and melt are state effects that stay active until you toggle them off. Below the effect buttons is the preset selector. Presets are covered in detail in another video, but for now, all you need to know is that a preset determines how your Saber looks and sounds. The blade effects, blade color, and sound effects are all bundled together as a preset. You can store as many presets as your SaberProp SD card allows, and this selector lets you switch between them quickly. You can change presets while the Saber is on, instantly seeing and hearing the new effect, but also when the Saber is off, in which case you'll only hear the preset's audio label.
Kenobi.
Below the color wheel are the sound volume and blade brightness controls. There are two sets of controls because every SaberProp has two power modes, full power and stealth. These modes are displayed here and can be switched using this button. Right now we're in full power mode, so the sliders adjust brightness and volume all the way up to 100%. If I switch to stealth mode, the same sliders control a different set of values, which are necessarily lower than in full power mode. So full power mode gives you maximum performance, while stealth mode helps extend battery life and create a more discreet experience, each with its own volume and brightness settings. Last but not least, at the bottom of the screen, you'll find the controls for motion sensitivities. There is a master sensitivity setting that applies to all individual sensitivities, or you can tap this little arrow here to expand the controls and adjust each sensitivity separately. Your Saber reacts to motion by triggering sound and light effects, and these sliders let you fine-tune how easily those effects are activated. Higher sensitivity makes it easier to trigger effects, but also increases the chance of accidental activation. The optimal settings are entirely personal, depending on your handling style and preferences. The master sensitivity adjusts all individual sensitivities by a certain percentage, making it easy to fine-tune the overall Saber sensitivity without having to manually readjust each slider. All the controls we've discussed so far are applied to your Saber instantly, but that doesn't mean they are saved as permanent settings. To make them permanent, you need to use the blue Save button. If you don't save your changes, the Saber will revert to its previous settings when it reboots, whether due to battery removal, deep sleep mode, or a manual board reset. For example, if I change the blade color to red and save it, then from red to blue, but don't save, and then manually reset the board, which I can do by going to Settings and tapping the Reset button, the Saber will reboot, reconnect, and return to red.
SaberProp is alive.
So, if you want to keep your changes, don't forget to save them. One last thing, at the top of the screen, you'll find the account and settings buttons on the left and the signal and battery indicators on the right, which display the signal strength and battery level of the Saber, not your phone. In the center, you'll see the Saber's name, which you can edit. For example, I can rename it to Prime. Then if I save and disconnect, this will be the new name the Saber presents itself with in the app. Wait, I have a tip for you. I showed you how to reset your Saber with the app, but if it starts acting up or you want to restore unsaved settings to their previous values, you can reset SaberProp directly on the Saber. Just press and hold the button until it reboots. You'll know it has rebooted when the hilt lights display the battery charging level.
Self-destructing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bang. SaberProp is alive.